Let's get it, boys. Here we are, up next, family. Of course, look who we got with us on the line, man, live and direct from the craziest platform that we actually just looked at, the Muratiai AI. Man, come, let's get it going, man. What have you got for us today, brother?
Hey, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Really appreciate to be on your channel, to reach
Mm-hmm.
out to your subscribers. Definitely, this is what we have been calling basically since the time we had our pre-sale, most bullish project of 2023.
Mm-hmm.
Initially, we did the BSC. Now we're doing ETH. And I'm pretty excited to tell you guys everything there is about Murati AI, how it basically connects to its end goal, and what sort of exposure and connections the project holds as of right now. And there's one more thing, a bullish partnership that I'd like to give you guys an
Mm-hmm.
inside information, a little bit of let's say scraping the surface sort of an
Let's
information
get
about.
it.
So yeah, excited to be here.
Amazing, man. So tell us first, before we get into Murati AI, tell us a little bit about yourself and your background in the space, my man. How did you get into it? How did this project come in? Because obviously we know AI has become huge in the space over the past couple of months now. AI has become huge in every industry. How did you guys come about this idea of Murati AI and the generation of this anime art with the power of AI?
Absolutely, absolutely. About myself, I'm 𝐒𝐂𝐂𝐈𝐅𝐈𝐄𝐃. I've been in this space for almost about 5 years now.
Yeah.
I had my humble beginnings. I was sort of advising the projects that initially launched. There was no AI projects back then. I basically myself started with the meme projects, then gradually moved over to some staking projects, and then
Mm-hmm.
eventually landed in Murati AI. I basically have known the team for almost 2 years now,
Mm-hmm.
although the project has been live since from last couple of months, 2 or 3 months, I assume.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, the reason why we selected or chose to um, AI projects, because like how you said, there has been a lot of hype around AI. There has been a lot of potential projects that have been launched integrated with AI. And again, there has been meme projects launched using the hype of AI around the scheme of things. So why we launched an anime art with Murati AI concept
Mm-hmm.
is because first of all, we wanted the project to have a real world utility, right? So why is it that we wanted the real world utility? It's because we know that the actual money, although the DeFi scheme of things, the
Right.
decentralized I mean, scheme of things in crypto, it has money, it has volume, but then again, the
Right.
real money, the actual money that we want to tap into was out there in the real world. So
Yeah.
we did not come up with the project shortly after having the pre-sale or before having the pre-sale. We started working on the project. The team basically started working on the project a year and a half before even conducting their pre-sale, even before having a community page on Telegram, Twitter, or Discord for that matter. So the reason why we pre-started or were pre-prepped for this project was because we wanted to give the utilities as swiftly as possible. The project was not a 2 day scheme thing and then launching it
Yeah.
right away. There was a lot of work, a lot of time and effort that was put into the whole thing. Literally, the coding of the bot that we use, the Murati AI image and
Mm-hmm.
video bot, anime image and video bot, it was done literally from scratch. We did not use any portion of the coding, copy or pasted it from open source, nothing as such. The reason why we coded it literally from scratch is because we wanted it to be expendable.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that we wanted it to be expendable? It's because, as I said, the end goal was to have the real world utility, to have the studios, to have the anime artists use it actively. And then, just by doing all of that, we wanted to tap into that massive percentage of the annual revenue that was being generated by the anime art or the anime um, studios alone, right? If I'll give you a rough estimate, it's around $22.3 billion annually. And we believe if we were able to replace the time consuming, costly ways of generating art, developing anime characters, or let's say cartoons, or the entire series for that matter, by this technology, I think we can easily onboard a very good, significant portion of that annual revenue that I mentioned earlier about.
Mm-hmm.
So that was it about the passion that was behind coming up with AI, and that too in the anime scheme of things. And now
Nice.
we the way we developed the whole thing, it was exciting because we did see things starting pulling it together literally from scratch. When the Murati AI Telegram group was launched, or all other socials were launched, there were literally 333 members. So you can't achieve a market cap of over $10 million with only 300 members, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what the Murati AI team did was, it was absolutely smart of them to basically go forward in this direction. They incubated themselves basically with one of the renowned project out there in the space at that point in time. So the project incubated Murati AI. We got that initial push from all the community members of that particular project. We got the private investors, we got the pre-sale investors, and what happened is we literally soar from 300 members over to 25,000 members in a matter of weeks.
Wow.
And all of those people were organic because the chats was going crazy. Everybody was like, we need a whitelist spot. We need a whitelist spot, because they knew somewhere down there the way the team was rolling out updates, the team was rolling out bullish news from time to time, like how Murati AI soon after launch, it is going to be listed on top 2 exchanges, and then the journey will continue up until Murati AI is listed on top 20 tier 1
Right.
exchanges. And out of the top 20 tier 1 exchanges, Murati AI has already been listed on 3 of them.
Wow.
And that's
So
not it.
you guys,
It's literally the
so
uh-huh.
what I can tell from here is that you guys definitely know how to build a community. So you've built a very strong community organically, just from, the utility and the updates that you guys been providing, which is absolutely incredible to see in the space right now, in the market that we are in now, so to say.
100%, 100%. I'm gonna touch on that thing as well. Like,
Mm-hmm.
beautiful that you pointed it out. Like
Mm-hmm.
how you mentioned the market. I'm not, besides the general market situation, how it's been since past, let's say, 1 or 2 years.
Yeah, of
Everybody has been attacking or fudding about crypto.
course.
But then again, precisely, we launched on Binance Smart Chain. There were a lot of scrutiny, still is some scrutiny going around the Binance Smart Chain alone, right? In the
Mm-hmm.
midst of such a crazy scrutiny that was against Binance Smart Chain, the chain that we chose to launch on first, we still are holding over 3x from the pre-sale price,
Mm-hmm.
even after having that scrutiny, right? The
Wow.
reason why this happened, like how you said, if the team, the community is given the transparency they expect, if they're given the updates, if the team shows that they're building, they're expanding, they're exposing the project as
Mm-hmm.
much as they possibly can in such an environment, there's no reason for people to get panicked and then sell and just move on, right? So
Mm-hmm.
that's
Mm-hmm.
exactly what we did. You're not going to believe this. When we had when the pre-sale preparations were going on, we were basically rolling out 2, 3, 4, 10 whitelist spots for the community based on the social activity that they're gonna pour into it, in the sense that they're gonna go shill on Twitter, they're just gonna invite more people. So that's how we started giving away whitelist spots, right? We wanted to keep it
Mm-hmm.
organic. We didn't hand it over to a bunch of influencers and then ask them to decide, to distribute it. We did it. We took matter in our own hands, and that's exactly how it happened. But then
Mm-hmm.
again, it reached to a point in the Telegram group wherein we were being offered $500 to $1,000 for a whitelist spot. That's how extremely hyped the project's
Wow.
pre-sale was, right?
Wow.
I think roughly around 2 or 3 months back. And okay, I get it. So what? There's nothing different about it. A lot of projects
Mm-hmm.
can accumulate such a hype, can create such a hype,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
then that's it. What about the actual utility? Well, let me just cover a little bit about what and all sort of approaches Murati AI team used in terms of exposing its utilities, its project in general. So the first
Mm-hmm.
thing was the way that we incubated. The second thing was how we concluded events on our socials. The third thing was having filling the team with the right set of members, because back then the team was around 2 or 3, 4 members. Right now it's sitting at 11, and
Mm-hmm.
everybody is absolutely skilled in their own genre, right? So the first thing that we did is we onboarded during the pre-sale. We onboarded a Professor Tony Tong, and Professor Tony Tong is basically a very skillful advisor. Um, he was associated with a project earlier called Cloud Chat, and that project did over $100 million in market cap. And as soon
Wow.
as we onboarded Tony Tang, because because basically he loved the idea of us wanting to have the real world utility, right? Something
Mm-hmm.
that can be used by traditional businesses.
Mm-hmm.
So he was onboarded. He gave the team some beautiful ideas, and the outcome of those ideas, I'm gonna fill in on those details going forward. What happened after Professor Tony Tang is that we had Murda Murphy, right? So
Mm-hmm.
who Murda Murphy is? He basically is someone, let's say, who's connected with singers, who's connected
Right.
with celebrities, he's connected with MMA fighters. I'm talking about the top G's in the space, right? So
Top
he
G's, yeah.
has that sort of a casual, exactly, he has that sort of a casual relationship with these celebrities, right? These
Mm-hmm.
very, very influential people. So that person was onboarded onto our Telegram AMA for the inauguration of the web platform. So we
Mm-hmm.
have
Wow.
multiple utilities, right? One of the utilities is the web platform. So he inaugurated it, and then he was extremely hyped because he started creating descriptive art one after another. And he was like, I can't have enough of it. That's how exciting and how fun it is. So he said, definitely, I'm just gonna hype it, shill it, advertise it in my own way. He still is, let's say, a silent advisor or a silent influencer, an ambassador for Murati AI. So that's how we started the inauguration of the web platform. And then we moved on. We partnered up with everyone on Telegram, the bullish channels, the call channels, the whale groups, the private and the public groups. We moved over to Twitter. We associated with all the influencers, all the way from BSC Daily, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, all of them, right? So we sort of linked the project with them, with their name, in the sense that it's going to give us more exposure because we were super confident about the underlying utility. So what we did is, after this whole, let's say, the streamlining of partnerships was in place, we were approached by BitGert, right? BitGert
Mm-hmm.
is a massive exchange-based project. They reached out to us and then they said, okay, we love the utility. We liked your launch because the
Mm-hmm.
pre-sale got filled in under, I think, under a second. It was a couple of milliseconds
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
literally took the pre-sale to get filled, right? And as
Right.
soon as the token launched, it literally did 10 to 12x in under a week. I think in about like 2 to 3 days. So that's
Jesus
how bullish
Christ.
the project was, right? But
Wow.
then we were pumping volumes, we were pumping massive volume, because of which we came under the radar of some big names like
Mm-hmm.
BitGert, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what BitGert, they announced it, it's basically on their Twitter page. If you want to review it, you can. They announced that they're going to invest $2.6 million into Murati AI. Well, that
Wow.
investment is not necessarily going to be poured into the chart, but then again, it's going to be used to develop the real world association I was talking about, to
Mm-hmm.
develop let's say, material industry, right? To have
Mm-hmm.
some presence out there in the real world. So that it can be used in many different ways. And
Mm-hmm.
that's up to the advisory team and the investment team. So that's how hyped we were, and that's
Right.
how beautifully we came under the radar of the projects, the people we wanted to. So that was the first thing. Now the second thing was to what's the next big thing that the community would want? Without a doubt, it is the utilities, right? They would
Right.
want the utilities to be live. That's why they invested. Murati AI, in my fair opinion, so far has been the only project that launched all the utilities
Mm-hmm.
in under 3 weeks after it launched.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Under 3 weeks. And now, talking about the utilities, we've got the web platform, we've got
Right.
the bots.
Right.
And this is the first project that basically introduced WhatsApp bot, Twitter bot.
Right. Right. Right.
We do have Telegram and Discord bot as well. But uh, out of all these three bots, there's one bot that is yet to go live. That's yet to go live, which is WhatsApp bot, right? The other three bots are already live and functional, and they follow the same mechanism of descriptive art. The only thing you'll have to do is, for example, here, as you can see my screen, we do have Telegram bot, we have a Discord bot, we have a WhatsApp bot. There's going to be one more bot, which is the Twitter bot. And then you can see the exchanges that has basically listed Murati AI. I think it's it's Mexi Global, it's Gate.io, it's
Right.
Bitmart. So these exchanges have already listed Murati AI, and there's going to be 17 more exchanges, tier one exchanges, that is going to list Murati AI.
Wow.
So that's the beauty of it. And not only that, as soon as the web platform went live, we got 4,000+ registrations in under 1 day. 4,000
Incredible.
registrations, right? And then the total number of images that have been generated so far, while we were only limited on the BSC chain, now that we're going to have an Ethereum presale soon, we're going to have it on 30th of this month. And it's definitely going to be whitelist based. If you guys are interested in getting that whitelist spot, you'll have to join the community. You'll have to
Right.
basically check the pins. How is it that you're going to get that whitelist spot secured for yourself, right? So
Right.
again, in about like 2 to 3 weeks, the total number of pictures that were generated were sitting at over 45,000 images. 45,000 images.
Wow.
And we are very, very ambitious in terms of the database, right?
That's
I know, I mean,
incredible.
it's a massive number, right? We can agree on that. But
Right.
then again, what we want to do, what we want to do with Murati AI, how we want to convince the traditional businesses, in order to use our service, we want the database to at least grow up to 1 million image
Wow.
generations that will be stored in a database. It is
Wow.
definitely achievable. If you can have 45,000 plus art being generated in under 3 weeks, you definitely can have 1 million if you are available cross chains. Because we did get requests after seeing such a bullish, such a hype launch on BSC, even
Right.
after the scrutiny, the attacks against crypto, et cetera, et cetera. Even then, we were holding very strong. The community was dedicated towards having that, that actual business model come to fruition. So because of that,
Yeah.
the ETH
Yeah.
alphas, right? The ETH OGs, they requested the core team members. They basically DM'd them,
Yeah.
the representatives of their communities. They reached out. They reached us out on Telegram, in our DMs, asked us to have another pre-sale on
Right.
Ethereum
Right.
because
Right.
we are very interested in this project. They wanted to have some sort of a private sale, but we didn't want to go down that route. So we said, okay, it's going to be exactly the same way we did it on BSC. We want to keep it fair. And if you want to have a stake in the project, you can do it the right way. And then they agreed because,
Right.
we haven't said or committed anything that we haven't delivered. That's the
Yeah.
first step towards achieving the end goal, right?
I see.
So
Yeah.
so what happened is, we definitely extended over to Ethereum. Even if they wouldn't have requested us, we still would have extended over to Ethereum, and then later on to multiple other innovative chains. Right. The reason why we're extending cross chains, it's because it is an artificial intelligence based project, and everybody would agree that an artificially intelligent based project would require a lot of user base, a
Right.
very high number of user base. Why? It's because the artificial intelligent mechanism, it learns from the users, right? Although later on it will evolve into something beautiful,
Yeah.
something more precise, something more detailed. But then again, in order
Yeah.
for it to get there to that point, it will have to have that massive database. And we can grow a massive database only when we'll have a good amount of users, right? So this is about the bots, how it functions, what the database is sitting at. We also have a web platform.
Right.
I'm just going to take you over to the web platform, start creating for free. So this is basically the web platform. As you can see on my screen, this is the web platform. The web platform basically is designed in a way, it's more like a browser. It's more like a social browser, right? The reason why we wanted to have a social browser, it's because it's going to be a platform that later on will be integrated with passive income streams, how
Right.
artists can register themselves on this space, and then they can generate art, and then they can basically have their art basically transferred or transited over to the blockchain, and they can convert it into NFTs. They can sell it to the communities. They can sell it to other users on the platform. So this is what we are looking forward to doing with the web platform. Not only that, there's going to be a
Incredible.
separate window on the web platform, which
Right.
is going to be dedicated dedicated towards generating NFTs. So there's going to be an NFT platform. We
Right.
know that generating NFT, getting the right set of NFTs, something that you imagined or desired, it is very difficult these days, right? You'll have to have the right artists. But then again,
That's right.
this thing is gonna cut the route for you to wait and go to those artists. You can basically hire someone who is good with description. The only
Right.
thing he'll have to be good with is description. It can either be innate or it can be learned over time, right? You can learn it,
Amazing.
absolutely. So
Amazing.
the thing that NFT platform is going to do, it is going to be introducing one more skill in the DeFi world. That skill
Right.
is a generator, right?
Right.
There's going to be a generator title that'll be given to people who are interested, right? Instead
Incredible.
of paying 20 to $30,000 for an NFT collection, you can literally buy the premium on
Yeah.
the NFT platform, get the right guy who knows how to use the artificial descriptive system, and then
Right.
you can have it done for like $1,000 to $1,500 instead of
This
paying
is incredible, man.
tens. Exactly. I mean, this is something
That,
that's definitely going to come down the line.
right.
Um, earlier mentioned this is the first utility, which is the web platform, and the reason of the web platform, basically the motive of the having a web platform is to onboard as many users as possible in an open arena, right? Because browsers can be accessible to basically anyone, right? Whether you're using a VPN, an application sometime might give you an error, but when it comes to browsers, you can openly access them. So the point of having this browser is to basically increase the adoption and increase the adoption of the same underlying technology, which is the bot itself. And of course, all of the bots, different bots that we have, whether be it from the web platform, be it from the different versions of the bot that we have for separate platforms, Twitter, WhatsApp, Telegram, Discord, all of them have the same database. The reason of having a same database, it's because the more the database collects, the more data that the database collects, the better the pictures are going to be. And the reason why we want the pictures to be better and the database to evolve, first of all, let me give you an overview of what the social platform or the web platform for Murati AI looks like. You're going to find options like verify badges. You're going to get a verification badge for every user. I mean, each user can get a verification badge depending on who the platform chooses to give that verification badges to, right? So if you're an active user, if your art is very unique, and if you basically know what you're doing on the platform, you're going to get that verified badge. And the other thing, in order to make it more social, we've got to follow other users, remove photos, leave comments, receive notifications, include a social link, add biography, explore more artwork from the user, discover related art, connect via Twitter, switch between the latest and the most liked artwork. Because at some point, the database is going to grow so massively. Instead of having 45,000, you're going to have, let's say, 450,000, over time 4.5 million, and so on and so forth. So in order for you to switch between the latest and the most liked, you will be able to do that as well. And this is just a start. As I said, whatever I'm showing you here in terms of the utility, although they appear to be fully functional and they appear to be complete, but let me assure you, this is not where the innovation with the platform stops, right? Because we are thinking about so many things in order to basically start incentivizing the users on the platform, adding an NFT platform, making the project more, let's say, diverse in the sense of different styles. Let me just give you an idea about the different styles. So basically, whatever you're using as of right now, it is the basic category with the basic canvas size and with the basic style. So talking about the category, we have anime, realistic, cyberpunk, fantasy, and 3D origami. As of now, we're all using anime. Now, there's the basic canvas size, which is 512, 512. We got other canvas sizes, right? The reason of having different canvas sizes is because if you want to make the platform diverse, that this platform will be used by a wide range of people with a different skill set, whether it be from the 3D space, the cyberpunk, or the fantasy, right? So you might want to have the different, portrait sizes available for your art that you're going to generate, because God knows what you're going to do with it. Maybe you can sell, maybe you can transform it into a physical art, etc., and etc. So in terms of the style, we've got the Japanese anime, we've got the anime art, semi-realistic 3D character, bright anime, and pop art comic.
That's
And this
insane.
is going to go Absolutely. And this is going to go live very, very soon, right? And once it goes live, this is going to be one of the revenue models for Murati AI. So there's going to be a premium version wherein you will be able to access apart from the basic settings, right? So the basic category, the basic style, the basic canvas size. Here with the premium, you're going to be able to explore all the other styles, canvas sizes, and categories, and you're going to be able to create your beautiful art. And then again, accordingly, whatever you want to do with that art, right? I'm talking about if you're not going to use the incentivizing option on the platform itself. Now, if I just scroll down a little bit more, this is where the image gets generated. This is basically the mobile version, right? On desktop, you're going to get a better version. It's going to be more detailed, and then you're going to be able to see everything that I basically mentioned in one go, right? So here is the options of latest, most liked, most commented, and these are the arts that are being generated, that are recently generated, right? Most of them are related to anime. So, well, the database here on the phone.
So sick. This is awesome.
Absolutely. I mean, this is just, let's say, the surface, right? What we're looking at here.
Yeah.
And there are many arts that are generated. I think I need to scroll a lot down for that, or I can just do one thing. I can just click on most liked. On this one is, see, you can already see people commenting. See, this one is
And guys,
109.
obviously, one thing I need to know, obviously the connection is going to be a lot clearer. Like this is over Zoom, over a phone connection, over all that. So once you're on the website and you're scrolling through this is going to be super clean, loading super duper fast, very, very responsive platform. And I'm going to be doing a full video. I actually did a full video covering the whole platform A to Z, and all those links will be in the description below to this one as well. So
Absolutely, absolutely. So, and yeah, what we like to boast about is the servers that we have for all the integrations that we did in terms of the bot. It is the most, I mean, it's the fastest server out there. I mean, you can just use other models, but you can come to Muratiai and you're definitely going to feel that difference. So these are all the arts that are generated. And when we look at these arts, right, when we look at them, it gives us basically a peek in the future, right? What sort of collection we're going to have when we're going to approach the studios, right? What sort of generations, the generative capability the platform is going to have as soon as the database grows to a significant, let's say, has a significant amount of data, is when we are going to be channeling towards the real world, let's say, studios or entities or companies, right? And I'm not saying that we're going to go tomorrow and then just basically ask one of the studios to start using this technology. You'll have to have a proper framework or a proper flow in place in order to reach out to the studios or the entities that basically would want to use this technology in time. So now what sort of flow or setup I'm talking about? Like there's this one thing, I mean, we basically are passionate about it, as you guys can see, all the way from not being swift in terms of just launching the project. We first had the utilities ready, everything in place before going live with the pre-sale itself, right? And then we made sure that we were exposed very well. We got all the influencers on Twitter, on Telegram. We got some YouTubers basically talking about Murati AI from all around the world, the Spanish community, the people from the US, people from the Southeast Asian community. All of that we did, we basically had in place is when we started rolling out the utilities, right? So within a matter of weeks, the utilities were out. But then again, this was not enough for Murati AI. In terms of exposure, it did above and beyond in the sense that it made very well, absolutely fantastic use of the tool called Twitter, right? Because we know it's a tool. And if you know how to use Twitter, if you have a beautiful social managing team, somebody is going to do something, an influencer or anyone, at the end of the day, they're going to recognize the effort, right? Or the technology. The exact same thing is what happened with Murati AI. Our social managers, they were basically super live on Twitter. They were just generating art related to Andrew Tate. They were generating art related to Elon Musk. And then first ever in the history of AI-based image projects, right? We are a different category. We're anime, but let me just generalize it, saying that image AI projects,
the first time ever, Elon Musk liked one of the tweets from such a project, and that's Muratiai AI. You guys can head over to the announcement channel. We've got a lot of hype, a lot of updates, in regards to the development, in regards to the exposure, regards to the connection that we have on the announcement channel. You can verify whatever I'm saying here. You can verify it from the announcement channel itself. So this was about the web platform. As you can see, all the way from villains to superheroes, et cetera, we can see the difference very, very clearly, right? So this was the first thing that we came up with. And then we have the Telegram bot that is in the Telegram group itself. You can integrate it to your separate Telegram group. You can integrate it to Discord. You can integrate it to WhatsApp as well as Twitter. And then you can start generating images on your profile and then basically, have a profile that is let's say anime art centric, right? Which is going to give you a recognition out there in the space in hundreds of thousands of profiles that are related to anime art. And then you can basically grow. So this is a business model for individual investors as well. For people who are skilled with description, this is how it looks like for those people. Now, talking about the exposure, apart from Elon Musk liking the tweet, well, we did not only stop there. We did everything that's there on the platform, on the DeFi space, all the way from PooCoin ads to DexTool trending to doing calls in different call channels to doing Aave trending, doing trending on CMC, on different multiple applications that we have available. So we did not leave a single stone turned, right? We basically did everything, the basics I'm talking about. And then we thought among ourselves, right? How about we're different project, we have a different approach. How about if we use a different approach in terms of marketing as well? And in order to make it possible, what the team did is the team selected the social the street social team is what we call it, right? Now, the job of that team is to basically go out there on the streets and basically ask people what is it that they think about this innovation or application. They literally handed over their phone to the, to public, right? And then they asked them to generate a picture that they would want to have as their profile picture. So that's what they did. And as expected, they got the results and they were super hyped about it. They said, is there a way that they would be able to download it on their phones? Absolutely, there is, right? So the reaction that we have been getting from the masses out there in the real world is through the charts, right? And we are only starting to increase that activity, right? We did it in 3-4 countries, and we are just thinking about increasing the frequency as well as the number of countries wherein we're going to do this sort of marketing as well. And there's going to be banners, there's going to be billboards. Now we're preparing for our ETH launch. Definitely massive marketing push, right? Let me just show you guys what sort of marketing push is it that I'm talking about. This is the announcement channel for Muratiai AI. And these are the things. I mean, Christina Keller. I mean, all of these influencers. Absolutely. I mean, you can see the number of reactions, and these reactions are nothing. I mean, in relation to whatever is going on in the community, right? Where 100%. Exactly. So this is the 𝐒𝐂𝐈 listing is confirmed. That's how we create hype around it, because definitely we use the tool of hype as well, right? We know how to do it. But then again, at the end of the day, it is about it is about commitments. Are the commitments being met or not, right? And the community is absolutely happy. It's because we have been delivering everything swiftly, whatever we promised. And there's one more thing that I would like to mention. Something that we're super hyped and something that we literally grinded weeks for, right? It is Muratiai AI's partnership with over $1 billion tech company, right? It is a real world, globally renowned tech company, right? Now you guys can, just off of me mentioning that we're going to be partner up with a tech company, you can start and, you can try and connect the dots, right? An AI-based project is partnering up with a tech company, which sits over $1 billion in market cap.
That is
right?
huge. That means a lot of money is going to be pumped. Wow.
Absolutely. So that's exactly what we're thinking about. And it basically was something that we had to grind for, because we are sitting at a couple of $1 million, and then you're going to, you want to partner up with this company. But then again, you'll have to prove it to them, as in, why would they want to partner up with a project that's sitting at millions of dollars in market cap, right? Well, absolutely, that's exactly what we did. We, I mean, the team flew over to their headquarters, and then they had that conversation. They showed the tech, they liked the tech, and then they basically wanted us to give them the insight, a little bit of an insight about how the future looks like for the application. We showed them some demo versions of how this is going to be, how this is going to evolve over time, is what fortunately sealed the deal. That was the first round wherein they did the review based on financial stability, identity, intent, and basically the business model. So we did that. They passed the first round, and then they approved the partnership. And now the second round, which was supposed to happen on 25th, but because of the delays from that company, right? Because they're the one we're gonna call the shots, right? And we're not gonna push them. So they were like, okay, let's do this meeting some other day. So the thing is that there's going to be a meeting wherein the documents are going to be officially signed by both the parties, and then that company that I'm talking about is going to be announcing this partnership on their socials. It deals in tech, and the motto, right? The underlying motto from this partnership is to make Muratiai AI's web app, the bots, the application available to millions of users, whether they want it or they don't want it. Once they will have it available is when they're going to start using it, and they're going to start getting the idea about what this whole innovation is, right? And in terms of the use cases, I did mention about what we have available, functional as of right now, about the web platform, the bots. I also mentioned what we are looking forward to having in the future, the incentivizing sort of integration on the web platform, as well as the NFT platform, separate NFT platform that many projects are going to be using going forward, right? We did not only stop there. We also introduced, we love the branding. We got a lot of praises from a lot of projects for the branding. They said the branding is absolutely fantastic. So we used the branding. We used the connections that we built with the top 20 tier 1 exchanges, their advisory team, their tech team, et cetera, and et cetera. Let's say they're our silent partners. So what we did is we came up with our own exchange, right? Called the Muratiai AI Exchange, and it should be somewhere here, the announcement for that exchange. Let me just scroll a little bit down. We just rolled out a lot of news. That's why it must have been pushed a little bit. Yep, got to scroll a little bit more. There it is. It was a web platform. So we basically shared the video for that web platform. The work in terms of the integrations and everything is about 70% completed. And what's going to happen with that is we are not going to be struggling in terms of the first thing. Now, the first question that the community must ask is, if you're an artificial intelligence based project, why did you even extend over to having your own centralized exchange? Well, I mean, if you look out there, all the big projects, the projects that did it the right way are the ones that have their own exchanges. I mean, we have the tech, we have the connections, we have the team. Then why can't we have the utility, right? We have the projects that are waiting to get listed on the Muratiai AI platform, and we are going to be generating revenue from that platform as well. So why not? That's exactly what the team thought, and is the reason why we are having this one more utility introduced, which is Muratiai AI's own centralized exchange. So these are, this is basically it in terms of what sort of work has been done on this project. Where is it that we're standing in terms of partnering up with potential projects? How close are we to our end goal? We're going to have that that real world utility associated or onboarded over to the Muratiai AI project in general, be it the web platform or the bots, as well as the different approaches in terms of marketing that we're using, the attention that we're getting from other massive projects like Bitgert wanting to invest over $2.4 million in the project in general. So these are the things that in a matter of, let's say, roughly 2 to 3 weeks, the Muratiai AI project managed to achieve, right? And in terms of security of the project, well, the project is partnering up with $1 billion globally renowned tech company. So there shouldn't be any sort of issue in regards to the security with this project, because they wouldn't partner up with anyone, right? Only when they're satisfied in terms of whatever pillars I mentioned is when they're going to partner up with it. So again, security with this project is not a concern. So this is, if you guys can see my screen, this is the exchange. This is exactly how it's going to look like. And this was some of the active trading. And then I'm sure there was this video that was shared. If I can just play the video. So this is when the team went over to that that big partnership. I'm basically taking you guys through the announcement channel, so everything is literally right there, right? So
Man,
this
you
is
guys are
the
so
team
active,
member.
man. The community is super duper active. That's what I like about you guys a lot. Always providing updates, not leaving the guys in the dark, you know? Huge shout out to you guys for that.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, that's the key. That's the key. If you have a passion, if you have a vision for a project, and you really want the community to wait for you to finally achieve that vision, that can only happen if you're going to give 100% transparency, and if you're going to give them announcements, something that shows the pace at which the project is growing. That's exactly, the path that we follow, that we have been following since day one. So this is when the team member basically took off from his place, and these are the highlights that we get from BNB chain from time to time. They say the most bullish projects based on the 24-hour volume. Muratiai AI, you're going to see Muratiai AI at all times, and then trending coins as per the crypto coin market cap. As you can see, these are the different sort of exposure that we get from CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko, from the BNB chain official news, et cetera, and et cetera. So yeah, that's I mean,
incredible things,
all
man.
in all,
Honestly, wow. I honestly, like, I looked at the project because I did a full video on the Muratiai app. I looked at the project before, but I didn't know how well you guys had actually put this whole thing together. As you know, after you came on the channel and joined us for this, in-depth conversation about, just the mechanics, the utility, the community, the way you guys built it, and the organic way that it was networked in the community. It's been a very, very nice journey, man. The exchange looks amazing. Everything looks good, and that's why I was going to get into a bunch of questions, which you answered for me already, because you really showed us what the Muratiai AI can actually do. Now, you did mention there was some big partnerships coming up, man. The billion-dollar partnerships. That's going to get the community hyped, of course. And I know there's going to be a lot of people asking, if I pick up an NFT, or if I pick up tokens, if I do this, if I get involved in the project, what am I looking at in the next 6 months to a year, as far as my bag, or as far as where the project development is going to be?
I mean, absolutely. A beautiful question. Yes. If you're looking forward to invest in Muratiai AI, first of all, there's one thing that you should always know about projects. If you know that a project is passionate about what is it that they promise to the community, or whatever their white paper says, you can pick that off of their announcement channel. If they're active on their, in terms of announcing things, keeping the community updated about things, as in who spoke about them, who wants to partner up with them, who wants to be a potential investor, all the way to what sort of partnership they're looking forward to. Are they going to expand over to new chains? How have they? How are they holding from their pre-sale price? All of these different things, especially whatever they mention on the white paper. If you feel comfortable about it, you should look forward to what is coming. Right, with that billion-dollar partnership that I mentioned, once we announce the name of the company, it literally is going to be changing faces. I mean, I stress it. It's because that's exactly what's going to happen. And like how you mentioned, you rightly mentioned it, the community will be stoked. Absolutely, yes, because the community has been asking us over and over and over again. Although we did give them the dates, they're still excited and they want to just repeat it. And we openly allow it for them to repeat it. It's because it just refreshes the memory of the community. Okay, something massive is about to happen. The team, the team pulled an impossible deal, and that's about to come to fruition. So these sort of things we allow. So based on whatever we have planned in terms of onboarding more users from the ETH presale that we have scheduled for 30th, right? based on the partnership, based on the updates that are going to come out, based on the more centralized exchanges, tier one, I'm talking about centralized exchanges that the token is going to get listed on. I mean, if everything is with the general market, right? Because the sentiment in crypto, it affects everything, right? So if the general sentiment is positive, which I believe it will be, because of what the recent victory of one of the crypto projects, basically got uncovered against SEC. So based on that, I think the market is kind of positive as of right now. What's going to happen is you're going to be looking at massive gains short term. 6 months, is it short term? I'm not sure if I would call 6 months short term. I think it is long term, because if you can do so many things, whatever we talked about today on this AMA, that basically happened in a matter of 3 months. And if you double that, you're going to have a lot of things in place. 11 people, all the way from 4 to 11 now. We're looking for more team members, skilled, experts in their genre, whatever it is. We're going to grow exponentially, right? And I mean, short term, the project definitely is bullish because we're doing a massive marketing push, and we have just started. In terms of the marketing push, we spoke to around over 20 massive call channels, spoke to around 24 private group investors, and this is just the beginning. The reason why we basically pushed back or put off our pre-sale dates is because we weren't satisfied with the amount of marketing we did, or the marketing push that we did for the ETH pre-sale, because we wanted to be more massive than what we did on BSC. So that's what happened, right? So that hype is going to get carried forward for some time, and it's going to give us some more time in order to give some more bullish updates. And once the pre-sale is over, once the ETH side goes live, we're going to have that company partnership announced. We're going to have some more other things announced. I'm not allowed to say that as of now. But then again, the project is in general, guys, because we're looking forward to solving a real world problem, right? A traditional business has a mechanism in place, and that mechanism charges or costs a lot and is very slow. So what we're doing is we're not competing with them. We're basically helping them by introducing this technology. We're telling them that this costs less, 10 times as less as you would otherwise pay for the same job. And this is super fast. By a click of a description, you're going to get the art. So when we channelize it properly, it's a matter of when. When we do it, one can hardly say no, that it's not going to work, because you're replacing an old-fashioned strategy or tool with something new. So we're pretty confident
we've seen this. We've seen the power of AI generate images, videos, but the way Muratiai AI is doing it is different. Like you said, it's revolutionary, and I can't fucking wait, man, honestly, to see what actually happens later on with the platform, because now we're just waiting. What are some dates, man? What are some release dates that we got to know about? Because we got to put this down. We got to wrap this up, but we got to put this down in our calendars. What are some of the dates?
So for the ETH launch, I think it's going to be 30th of this month for the ETH pre-sale. And then it's probably going to launch on 2nd of August. And 2nd of August is when the 𝐒𝐑.io listing is going to go live. It's already announced by the 𝐒𝐑 team. They basically announced on their socials, and they basically gave the buffer that this is when they're going to do the review, and this is when the token is going to go live. So it's going to be 2nd of August. And about the partnership, I mean, soon after we launch, because we are waiting for the dates from the company itself, right? It was supposed to happen on 15th this month, but then again, they can give us a date if it's a delay of like 7 or 10 days, because we know once we announce the partnership, it's going to be worth the wait that everybody put into it, right? So that's going to be and about the Muratiai exchange. As I said, we coded it long ago, and it's 70% complete, right? And we have got around, you guys are not going to believe it, the exchange isn't live yet, but then we got like 35 requests from the partner projects that we have, and then they agreed to get listed on the platform. There's going to be a fee, listing fee. There's going to be some of the taxes that will be collected, and all of that money is going to go towards just doing more exciting things, because this is AI. I mean, the platform is AI. The sky is the limit.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That is incredible, incredible things here, man. Like I said, Murati AI doing things different in 2023. Get ready for big, big things happening. All the links in the description below. And again, brother, thank you so much, man. Kuki, thank you so much for joining us today, man, on the channel. You went in depth. I'm so happy that we actually had the honor of having you here and having your time. And I know there were some technical issues, but we figured it out, and we gave the people what they wanted. So I can't wait to maybe even have you on the channel again in the near future and pop some more questions later on to see how the exchanges come along and how the platform is performing.
Absolutely, absolutely. And thank you so much for having us. It was a wonderful experience. And, it always is a wonderful
Killed
experience
it.
reaching out to more people. And definitely,
Mhm.
definitely would love to give you guys more updates, as in what basically, we were able to achieve in such
Mhm.
an amount of time. So yeah, yeah,
Amazing.
I'm definitely looking forward to
Dude, and,
um
and I know you don't, and I know you don't do too many interviews, you don't do too many AMAs. So seriously, we appreciate this one. You absolutely killed it. Huge, huge shout out to you. Thank you.
thank you so much. Appreciate it. Appreciate it.